Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel and thanks for watching. This is another episode of Jewelry Tutorial Series here on Jade Rhapsody. And today I'm going to make a leather bracelet for you. I'm going to need some leather cord. It's a round leather cord. I'm using black 1.5 millimeter by 20. I've got a spool of 25 yards, so just a spool of black cord, and we are going to use a pair of scissors to cut the leather. And that's pretty much it for the tools and the materials. I'm going to cut three 2-foot sections of the leather cord, and I'm going to fold those in half. I've already cut that, so I'm going to clip that on here. Actually, first I'm going to tie a knot. Just twist it over itself and pull it through. So just a regular knot, and I just want to make a loop at the end. You have a specific bead that you want to end it with, you can try fitting that bead through, but I'm just going to eyeball mine. I'm going to tie a knot right there. I'm going to use my scissors to tighten that up, so I'll just put those through and I'll just pull that knot tight. And then I'm going to use my clip, and that's going to hold that upper piece in place while I do the design. So now I'm ready for some beads, and I'm just going to put my beads off to the side in the glass, shot glass. You can use any kind of container. Just going to pour that in there. These are 6.0 seed beads. Now not all of the 6.0 seed beads were big enough, but some of them were. These might also be 5T. I had a bead spill earlier, but some of the 6.0 seed beads were fitting and some weren't. So I've got my first knot. I'm going to separate it into section 2. These I'm going to tie another knot in each of these sections. Keep those knots even if I can. Pull them tight. So I'm just crossing and then pulling it through. And that's what all of these knots are going to be. Just threading the seed bead. It's pretty snug. if your ends get worn, like they don't want to go through, or if you're having a problem with one, you can always use your scissors to trim that. See if that will help. I've already got this one started. Oh, there, I finally got that one. You just put your beads on each one, or if you have a bead with a wider opening, you can just put one on two. We're just going to slide all of those beads out to the top of the leather next to the knot we just made. And then this time we're only going to make 2 knots. So I'm going to leave the 2. I'm going to make a knot with the outside on the right, my right, your left, and the middle one on that same side. Gonna make a knot in those. Try and get it as close up there as I can. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So on both sides, the inside one next to the middle, and split the middle between right and left, and then we're ready for another set of beads. I'm going to leave those on there since the outside ones aren't going to have a knot yet. And I'm just going to do these 4 that we tied in the middle. Do it either way, I guess. I'm used to having beads that are big enough to thread onto 2. I am going to trim this one because it's been giving me a problem. Let's see if that helps. And you're just going to alternate the entire time until you get all the way through the pattern with the beads. So this time I'll tie 3 knots. The next time I'll tie 2 knots. So I did 3 knots. I'm alternating between 3 and 2 knots, using only the center ones on the one side. I do 2 knots, and I did opt to put the 2 beads on the outside, even when it's not tied, there's something to fill in that. And I'm just going to continue that until I get it to the length that I want. So when you get to the desired length on the other end, you're going to tie your 6 cords into a knot. And if it's too short, where you don't have one long cord on that end, where you can trim the other shorter ones off and have a long one to put the closure on, then you can always add in another piece of leather at that knot. And that's what I had to do. And I'm going to use a small button. It's gold on the other side. I'm going to strand it through once. These are shell buttons. I'm going to leave it out a little bit. I'm going to strand it back through the other side. And then I'm going to tie that back around the knot. I'm going to tie it back around itself, the bottom near the knot. the bottom near the knot. I'm going to do that twice. And then I will put glue on all these knots to hold everything in place and to make sure that it doesn't start coming undone. And you can use your pliers if you need to tighten up that knot. And just pull it nice and tight. And then you'll trim your excess off after you've glued it, which I'm going to wait until I glue mine, and then you're ready to put your bracelet on. And that's all there is to it. You've got a nice new leather bracelet with a design using 6/0 seed beads. 1.5 millimeter leather cord and a shell button as the closure. And here is the finished product. Front, and there's the back, and you could flip that over so that the gold is facing out. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to my YouTube channel, Jade Rhapsody, for more jewelry tutorials.